and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this week's video. This video is going to be first of many. Still workshopping the name of this new series. It's technically like a spotlight series, and like the goal of the series is to spotlight initially, like for now, just New York based, but if I'm ever traveling or whatever, it'd be so cool to expand it. But for now, New York based brands, independent designers, and vintage stores, and brands that I've loved for forever, or brands that I've just discovered and really want to do a deep dive in, etc. It can be really anything. But yeah, I'm so excited to start doing more and more of these videos. I think they're gonna be really fun. This week's video, and the first of this spotlight series, is going to be Awoke Vintage. Awoke Vintage is such a near and dear spot in my heart. I feel like it was certainly one of the first like vintage thrift stores I probably like ever went into when I moved to New York City, honestly. I included them in my other series, which is like my guide to, and that video was my guide to NYC thrift and vintage shops, like part 1, because it's an endless thing, and I'm certainly working on a part 2 to that to show just even more people and places and brands, and that's definitely something I want to add to for sure. But I featured Awoke in that, and this is just really cool to be able to like deep dive into them and talk about their origin story, talk to like a lot of the girls there and their favorite pieces they showed me. And this is going to be posted like pretty much real time, so like any of the pieces they're really showing or talking about in this video will be available like now. I want to get into all of it. There are 3 locations all in Brooklyn. We have try-ons, we have interviews, we have in-depth coverage of each store, film everything that I purchased there, a little try-on haul we're gonna do. I definitely want to jump in, but before we do, I just want to give a big thank you to the Awoke team and Rachel and everybody I chatted to, and all the girls that were willing to be in my video and show me their favorite pieces, and being like so accepting of me into your world with my little camera being like so annoying, plopping around asking all these questions. I'm very honored. And also, we just had our closet sale there, so last week's video, that closet sale was at the Awoke Vintage, 16 Bedford in Greenpoint, and it's one of my favorite locations of theirs. All around great vibe. So we had like the literal best time at our closet sale. Big thank you to the Awoke team. I adore you. And let's get into it, you guys. I'm so excited. So Awoke Vintage, if you are not familiar with it at all, it is a New York based vintage brand. There are 3 locations around Brooklyn. They're looking to expand into Manhattan right now, which is so exciting. Every one of them is open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And I think it's every day, if I'm correct, which is amazing. They sell an amazing collection of like small New York based brands, and they sell bigger brands as well, like small collection of Bagoo bags currently, and they do like really fun collaborations with small artists as well. So that'll always be kind of sprinkled in around their store. But the basis of their store is they always, whatever location you're in, they have a lot of denim. They have an expertise in denim. They curate and find like the best vintage jeans, a lot of Levi's, but a lot of other brands, with a range of sizes and styles and washes, etc. So there's always a really good amount, and there's always a really good amount of like discounted denim as well, which is great. They always have a sale rack outside of all their locations, which is amazing. Literally the best. We love a sale, making sure they're cycling things out, but then obviously, you know, that things are also getting the love that they deserve. Pieces and prices at Awoke range from literally like from $5 to $10. They have these amazing accessory tables at every location, and there are just the coolest hair clips, jewelry, accessories, like the best place right now. And I need to mention this for like a stocking stuffer, for a little gift guide, for a little Secret Santa, like whatever price range you have, they have something for it, for everybody's style. You know, there's really, really girly stuff, there's really funny stuff, really clean, minimal pieces, there's like really practical stuff like the iPhone touch gloves or beanies or scarves, etc. So I have a lot of like really special, curated, really fun, like one-of-one vintage pieces, and then they do small productions of like their own kind of Awoke pieces. So they have a few tops that they came out with, and then some really cute merch. The Awoke vintage pieces, like the small productions that they do and like that they create on their own, do like a full-size one. They go up to a 2X. In addition to brands like Bagoo, they have Spitfire eyewear. Like, I don't know what they just get it, and I have a few pairs. Fine, I'll go grab them. They have like the nicest aviators, and these are really cool because you can like kind of wear them inside and it's not too shady at all. All these my Tony Stark sunglasses. Really good frames, really durable, and I think the price point for those, like compared to other eyewear brands that are like of the same quality and like style, I think those like range from like $50 to like $80. Awoke Vintage, I would say, is primarily women's fashion, but I will say each location has a rack or kind of an area that specializes in like a bit more men's outerwear, especially right now because it's like fall winter. So a lot of men's outerwear. There's like vintage t-shirts and sweatshirts, so they do like a whole rack of that kind of like curated graphics and hoodies. Before we fully jump into going around the stores and exploring all the goodness that is Awoke Vintage, I kind of want to talk about like their story and where they originated from and how they showed up in New York and how they've blossomed and all of that. So Awoke Vintage, and I didn't know this, it was like really cool to chat to them about their story, but it actually originated in Perth in Australia, and it was first established in 2007 by Liz Power, who is still based in Australia but like bounces to New York. So I was unable to meet her, but heard the most amazing things. She started in 2007, and then in 2012 the store relocated to Brooklyn, and that is kind of where Rachel found them and was working part-time like on the weekends while she was in school. I'll let her kind of tell you a bit more about her story because it's obviously better from the source, and I find it incredibly inspiring as somebody, you know, who I talk a lot to people and like my peers about, you know, going to school and feeling like that is like what your degree is in, and you invest all this time and money and all of that. If you feel like it's hard to know what you want to do in terms of like pivoting careers or like finding new passions later in the game where you feel like it's too late, or like you went to school for X so you feel like you kind of like put yourself in a box, listen to Rachel talk, because like she's such an example of making a career around what she's passionate about while also like having gone to school for something completely different and not letting that stop you from like pursuing your newfound love for whatever that might be. So I'm gonna let Miss Rachel take it away.
I always loved fashion as a kid. My very first job was in a boutique in my hometown outside of New Orleans.
Oh my god, literally same.
Like, yeah, it's
love.
I feel like it's the universal experience. And
yes.
The only reason I got that job is because I have 2 younger sisters, and my mom and my sisters and I were always shopping there, so the owner got to know us.
That's so cute.
And then was like, hey, we need an extra hand. Like, we really like Rachel.
Yes.
She just come hang out at the store and help. And I was like, okay, great.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Very funny. Then fast forward, I graduated high school, came here to NYU because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I was like, I'll figure it out in New York City.
Right.
Midway through college, I was like, I want to be an occupational therapist. And that requires grad school, and I was like, yes, I can do this. So I got like an absolute irrelevant degree from NYU. I got a Spanish degree because I wanted to.
That is so wild.
Yeah, it just happened that I like really just needed credits to graduate.
Right.
Didn't need 5 years of NYU.
Yeah, yeah.
And so then I went to grad school, and I started working at Awoke part-time on the weekends. And I was in grad school getting this degree for occupational therapy. Like, you get 1 degree, you can do 1 thing with this degree. And so I was like, this is my life, this is my life. And then Liz and I really worked together so well, and it was just like such a really beautiful like blend of minds, like marriage of minds, and really good balance. And she at one point, like late in my degree, was like, hey,
late in my degree,
staying on it and at Awoke. And I was like, yeah, I would love that. Like, what does that mean for this degree that I'm getting? And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna finish my degree. Like, I'll always have that, can always return to that, but I'm gonna pivot so hard and just like work in this environment that I love. And I really like, I was going to school full time and working here 2 weekend days because I loved it so much here, and I like didn't want to give that up. And so I knew, whereas like when I would go do actual work, part of your degree is that you've got to go do actual work. Therapist, I was like, I could give this up. I don't think I would do this like 5 days a week. And it was crazy that I like had found something I was so passionate about as a part-time weekend job.
Gorgeous.
Just to give me spending money.
Little side hustle turned into your life.
Entire life.
I love.
Yeah.
So since Liz and Rachel have like created this beautiful partnership, they have opened up 3 locations in total. They're all in Brooklyn, 1 in Williamsburg and 2 in Greenpoint. Awoke feels like such a like a New York, like Brooklyn brand. So I was talking to Rachel kind of about that, like why New York, why here? How do you feel like it like fuels you, etc. I really loved what she said and how she talked about New York.
I think like Liz and I both oddly at very different points in our lives came to New York for the same reason. Like we both wanted that New York City experience. We wanted something a little bit different. We both grew up in like really small hometowns. Liz grew up in this like tiny place outside of Perth, Australia. She's like super Australian. She's got the accent, she's got the freckles, it's very cute. Yeah, good tan. But she came here from a tiny town. I came from like a small town and just kind of knew that I wanted diversity and experience that side of that. And part of it was like I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself, and Liz also didn't know what she wanted to do with herself. And we were like, all right, well, we'll come to New York and like figure that out. Like we'll work through that in a place where there's all the opportunity.
Exactly.
And so now this opportunity has like, Liz started it, has brought me on, it's blossomed, it's grown, and now it's really fun to see like the diverse people that come through here. It's like all walks of life, all shapes and sizes,
so
all
fun
types of people. And it's exactly why both of us came here. We needed that diversity. We needed that ability to be anyone at any time in this city.
It really is.
It's ultimately like, this could do, you could have Awoke's other places, but like New York City is always going to be the place that it thrives and makes the most sense.
I agree.
We are most in love with.
Like, it's just like,
yeah, like
it's intertwined.
This, like, colorfulness, and you're like, that's so representative of what the streets look like here.
Totally.
And you know that guy watching New York?
Yes.
These photographs outside here. We've
like
him
right here.
Since he had 2,000 followers. Like, he's now at 1 million, and we've been like, hey Johnny, like, how's it going? And it's like, this is so representative of what he does.
100%.
Like, all of the colors, all of the textures, all of the sizes, all of the vibes.
And obviously with like running a business with 3 locations, ideally like 4 coming on the way, it's an incredibly rewarding process, but things get hard as well. So I wanted to ask Rachel too, like her favorite part, but also like her least favorite part, or like what she finds the most difficult in like running this company. And it's cool to hear, especially because I know like a lot of you guys, or a lot of people my age, people older, people younger, maybe want to start their own brand, especially with like vintage curation, etc. What that looks like to kind of like make your dream a reality, and the responsibility of like running a business, as well as like, you know, balancing that with like what you're passionate about and like the fun parts, like also having to accommodate the not so fun parts. So I asked Rachel about that.
I think my favorite part is that no 2 days are the same. I think for me, like, the idea of monotony in my life is really overwhelming.
Yes.
And I know so many people that do it and do it really well and love it and thrive in that kind of environment, and that is not me. So I'm really, really, really happy that like every single day is different. The stock is different. The people that I get to work with are different. The experiences are different. The people that come into the store are different. Like, there's nothing that's the same, which is really cool.
That's really, really cool.
The hardest part, a lot of the admin stuff doesn't exactly spark joy, but it's such a necessary part of running a business that like, we're small enough that we don't have like an HR team. We don't have a C-suite of like a CEO, a CLO. Like, we don't have that stuff. Yeah. So to do that less fun stuff is what allows me to do the really, really, really fun stuff. Yeah. So it's worth it. That balance. Yeah, absolutely. Like, it is worth it at the end of the day. I feel like I see so many awesome creators that like start a brand and then don't realize that there's like work that goes in behind that. And I see so many people that start businesses and are like, oh, I'm just really excited to like fill a store with beautiful things, and it's like, yes, like that totally can sustain you short term, 100%. But like long term, you want to build this, like there is admin and there is behind the scenes
business side, organization, like, you know, holding yourself accountable. Oh, I've been like suffer the consequences.
But like we all have. Like,
totally.
You know, like I still make business mistakes all the time. And it's always a learning experience, but the point of like just being ready and able and willing to admit mistakes and learn.
100%.
Which like doesn't always come naturally to people.
No. Definitely does not.
For anybody wanting to pivot, I think like when you find that thing that excites you and that's your niche, and you can figure out how to make that work for you, like don't think twice. Right? You can always re-pivot and go back to the thing you were doing. Like you've got those years of experience on your resume and you need to take a break to do something you think you're more passionate about and it doesn't work out, like there's still that entire past that you've got that will help you re-enter whatever it was you're doing.
We have 3 locations to talk about and dive into. The first one I'm going to start with is the Franklin Street location, because that's their newest Awoke. And I used to work right around there actually, so I would pop in during my little breaks, and like that's actually where I got these little bows, 2 of them. Just the other one's over there, but they're so cute. It's small but mighty, just as good as a selection of all their accessories and tchotchkes and candles and winter accessories and all that jazz at their location. That's like what I love about Awoke, is they're really consistent in that. But then like each location with their vintage and their curation and all their denim, all of it's different. So each of them kind of has their own personality and feel, and like curated to like where they are. All the Awokes they're not too far from each other, so I did like tend to walk from one to the other. I am on my way to the Awoke Vintage on Franklin Street. It opened up pretty recently. It's like their newest one, so I'm gonna pop in, show you guys around, shop around, do a little try on. That's where I got these bows in this photo. I'm like obsessed. My friend Audrey had bought these there like on our work break, and I was like, it's gonna be a need. I got them in the ivory, but the red are so cute. We're trenching it. It's the most beautiful fall day. Yeah, let's go shop. Very excited. Every area that an Awoke is in, I'm obsessed with. You could frolic around all day. Anytime I see these smiley face balloons, you know what's up. The Franklin Street one, you could either, if you're coming from Manhattan, take the G train, which is like what I did to get to that area every time I was going to work. Get off on Greenpoint Ave and you would just like walk down. It's literally 2 seconds. So with every Awoke Vintage, they have multiple sale racks. Typically one is just the sale denim, and then the other is like sale merchandise, like excess pieces that aren't, you know, they're denim. It's not like it's the middle of dead winter and what's on the sale rack is like a spaghetti strap tank top nobody's gonna buy. Like they really are still pieces that you would buy now. Like definitely worth taking a look. They really do like specialize in finding like really good vintage denim. Anybody who's working there, you can like inquire about the denim and they can help you figure out, you know, the waist is right and the inseam and, you know, whatever kind of like rise you want. Or in this location you walk in, there was also like a $5 to $10 sale bin. And then going about the room, something I love about Awoke Vintage is that they color code. You guys know me. Okay, it kind of looks bad, but like my racks, I've always color coded. It's programmed in my brain. It just makes sense to me. I grew up working at a vintage consignment boutique. They color coded their shit. Like all I was doing, I literally started working there when I was like really not old enough to have a job, like 14, 15, like cleaning, but I would always help reorganize the racks and color code. And it just, maybe it's a little nostalgic, but also just really stimulating to my eye. Like color coding, I love. They do it in sections as well. So it'll kind of be like tops and sweaters. It'll be like dresses, like, because I know thrift shops and vintage stores can be overwhelming, etc. I feel like that is a way that it can really be like consumable and everybody can kind of go in and like figure out where they want to start and not be so overwhelmed by it all. I also love like some of like their favorite pieces or like standout stuff they'll hang on the walls, which I really love. I usually always like what they hang on the wall. Like every time I've tried on in a store, I've always asked them to get something down. The stuff that they put up there, just like my eyes drawn. There, I feel like a lot of their employees are also their customers, are very passionate about vintage.
My favorites. I'm obsessed with her.
That is so good.
Like actually my favorite pocket of all time.
Yeah. So soft too, like not scratchy at all.
Like, I love. And then
wait, stop, I almost picked that up.
The staircase.
Yes.
Yeah. No, amazing. It's
so
you know,
good.
I'm a recovering horse girl, so she's personal. But
that hits home.
This feels obvious.
That is so good. I could see you wearing that. Oh my god, I love it.
For me, or else she already would have come on.
So as I also mentioned, because I do want to emphasize this, Awoke also does have a website where they sell a lot of their denim. They sell their really cute tote bags, which are just insanely adorable. They sell a lot of their vintage, which is great because I know a lot of you guys are not in New York. And what I love about Awoke and a lot of other vintage brands, they do their story sales. So like on their story, they'll have somebody who's working there that day, post the price, post the listing, and you can DM them and buy it. So like you can shop real time. Personally, I turn a lot of vintage brands that I love their story notifications on. So I like to know when they're doing these like big story posts. On the racks, they do a lot of vintage. And what's amazing too is Rachel, I'm not sure if anybody else as well like goes and sources, but Rachel will go to Italy and source directly from there and come back with the most amazing pieces. The background or lighting changed. My camera did die, so we had to move it around a bit, but okay. The first thing I literally saw at the Franklin location when I was perusing was this moose shirt, and like, duh, I got it. Like I had to get it. Are you kidding? That is so cute. These specifically, these Cuckoo Suzette hair clips that are like dogs and cats and little animals, I feel like are the cutest gift for people that like, you know, love their animals or whatever it is. This location had some of the cutest sweaters, like cable knits, cardigans, like the pullover sweaters. They had a really, really good jacket rack, like a lot of black leather jackets, like really, really cool bomber jackets, long trenches. I feel like Awoke Vintage just outerwear really well. I feel like honestly, if you're personally asking me like, what would I go to an Awoke Vintage for? One, I would say denim, and then two, I would say outerwear. Really unique. A lot of it is like the true Italian sourced vintage pieces, and I just die for that. They have dressing rooms at every location, really good like big mirrors, really good lighting always. So cue the try on, will ya? And then if you literally walk, it's a 13-minute walk from the Franklin location to 16 Bedford is the location where we had our pop-ups. I talked to Rachel and she said 16 Bedford is where, like, if Awoke's doing pop-ups, that's where they'll do them, just because of how this space is organized. It has the most amount of room and like most kind of like singular section of space for somebody to kind of take over and like really do their thing over there. It's such a good location. Like it's another, I mean, it's 13 minutes away, but like it still feels like its own like different kind of location. That location is like coffee shops, restaurants. You're right by McCarran Park, which is gorgeous, especially around this time during the fall. People are always out walking around. And then right outside where Awoke is, I think it's just on the weekends, it's where a bunch of vintage sellers come and bring their racks and bring all their goods and set up. And it's like this beautiful culmination of a bunch of styles and artists. The energy is always really great there. And then that back section in this location where like the pop-ups are, that's kind of like the men's section for this location. A lot of the jackets, vintage graphic tees, more of like the masculine unisex pieces, but like again, shop as you please kind of vibe. And they have like a really cute wall of the bags, like this Bagoo bag with the red bows. Each of the handles, like that's so cute to me. Unbelievable Spitfire collection, same with the candles, same with the matches. I like how each place is like merchandised a bit different, but has a lot of the same stuff, same like accessories and pieces and candles and staples, but then all the vintage is different and really, really cool. Hi everybody, I'm with Lucia here at Awoke Vintage. She's just gonna show us around, show us her favorite pieces.
Absolutely.
We're gonna check it out.
Let's do it. So we're gonna start strong.
Starting strong.
Both of our favorites.
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
I mean, is it like, are we sailors? Are we, you know, something else? Who knows?
Right, who knows?
It's horrible.
It's so good. I love it.
It's been here for a minute.
That shocks me.
I'm offended.
And I take that personally.
I personally don't know if I can really wear orange. I don't know if it's my color.
Really? I think orange would be cute on you. Oh my god, that's really cute.
I really love the little like strings and the
oh my god, that's so cool.
lines. I just think it's really cozy.
Really cozy.
Just be a walking pumpkin, you know.
Yes. Perfect fall. There's so many good sweaters.
This little pumpkin. I mean,
wait, did that girl not get it?
Did someone try it?
Somebody tried it on during our sale and it looked so cute on her.
Oh, well,
is it one of one or do you make multiple?
No, it's probably just one.
Oh damn. Well, she didn't get it. Somebody needs to come get that.
Somebody needs to come get this.
Like immediately.
Please.
It's so good.
Ladybug. This is another fave.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
I just really like these big buttons.
Is it wool? Made in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really beautiful.
I just picked this up today.
Oh my god, I almost picked that up too.
Look at this.
Stunning.
I don't know. It's just beautiful.
Velvet.
Velvet.
It's gorgeous. Feels like the dream like holiday dress because it's like comfy and it's like one piece. Throw it on and you're like set. Nice and stretchy. This was cool. I was looking at this skirt, the like brown leather one.
Yeah,
I loved that. Yeah, that's fab. That's so good.
Yeah.
So cute. Little red moment. Offer sale at Awoke Vintage. Come shop.
Please.
Bye. Yeah. And cue the try on. But certainly not least, the last location is going to be the Williamsburg location. This location was originally 2 stores and then I think they connected them. Take the L and get off at Bedford Ave. But also if you're coming from like the 2 Greenpoint stores, it's literally just walk through McCarran Park and it's like so close. It's a beautiful walk, like 16, 17 minutes, whatever it is. And this area again is so cute. Like there's like Joe's Pizza, a bunch of tattoo shops, a lot of street sellers around there with like really cool sunglasses and art and jewelry. This I think was like the biggest sale section outside, the 2 sale racks, a lot of sale denim, and then this one had like a table with sale accessories, so they'd sell shoes and all of that jazz. Every Woke pretty much had like staple shoes, like it was a couple cowboy boots, a couple boots and heels that they have in multiple sizes, so I'm pretty sure those are wholesale shoes that they sell. This Williamsburg location had like the biggest selection of kind of like vintage kitten heels and like really cute sourced vintage shoes. There's a small little section of vintage bags. They had so many sweaters, like creams, browns, really, really cool cable knits, a lot of like fall winter inspired like cute little snowflake sweaters. The wall here was like so good. All the pieces they had hung up, like this Moschino, like really nubby beautiful jacket, unbelievable amount of dresses, the cutest dresses there, a lot of jackets here, like a ton of outerwear at the Williamsburg location. Like, and then what's cool about this location too is in the back where there's the wall of candles and scarves and like all of that, and right kind of like by the changing rooms, there's a door and it opens up out into another hallway where there are a bunch of other vendors. There's like tattoo artists and jewelry shops and photo booths, so that little hallway is really fun to kind of venture down and shop around there. And then outside Awoke, that back rack is under $25 rack, and that rack was so good. I got a sweater off that rack and I will show you guys that in the try on portion, but it's so cute. Cannot even express to you how amazing the candles are at Awoke Vintage. They have a bunch of them that are like different areas of the world. Like there's a Brooklyn one, there's a Santorini one, but the Catskills one, y'all, this is the best smelling like fall winter candle I've ever smelled in my life. I'm very particular on candles, okay? Fresh, it's cozy, it has a little bit of pine, it's like a little woody, but it's also a little sweet, so it has that like, guys, it's just so good. And like every person that's walked into my apartment has complimented on the smell of it, and I'm like, yes! That's like, to be told that like your person or your place smells good is like such a win in my eyes, and like I love that. I've already purchased 2 more to gift as presents. I'm lighting it right now. It has 2 wicks, so it like burns more even. Rachel did say the Catskills one's one of the best sellers for like right now, and then I think it was the Santorini one in like spring, summer. I love the t-shirts.
So I'm like tea queen, like this and jeans for me is what you'll see me in basically every day.
Right.
And I'm a nostalgia sucker.
Stop.
And so my mom was raised on a cow farm in North Dakota, so like growing up we had cows. Not because she liked them, but because I think it was just like people associated her with like the cattle farm, and we were in New Orleans, and so like there were always like weird cow things everywhere.
Love.
And so I myself have like 3 different cow teas. A lot of like New York City cow teas, which makes no sense. I love it.
Love.
It's something about the fact that like this is definitely vintage. Like no one's going to put a cow in New York City in the year 2023.
Exactly.
Like, in the late 90s, cows, New York City, there
probably
15 different versions of this.
100%.
So I love it.
Love.
Yeah.
That's so cute. I like how it's worn too, but the graphic is like still very there.
Why is it jumping over the moon? Like everything about it, I'm like, yeah, it's so wrong that it's right.
So good. Cute. And then like accessory, I think that'd be fun.
I feel like
love.
This Chloë Bernard, I don't know if you're familiar with her. Incredible artist. Has recently been going viral on TikTok a lot.
Stop.
She's incredible.
Oh, I need to follow.
You need to follow her.
Yeah, I will.
She came in last year and we met.
So cute.
She's from like 2 hours away from where I grew up in Louisiana. So there's this weird Louisiana connection. And then she and I like sat down together and designed this scarf.
It's so cute.
She is like the absolute person that designed this. I take nothing. But I love it, and I'm so obsessed, and it's really warm.
Yeah.
And I feel like I wear black all winter long because that's just like default. Like I don't have to think, you know, I got business stuff going on that I actually need to think about.
Right.
But I can throw this on and just be like, I'm done.
Pop a color.
Exactly.
We're cozy.
Like I feel like a part of the city and look like part of the store.
Yes. So I love it.
Thanks.
So cute. And cue the try on. To back you guys up, and we're gonna do a little try on haul. I'm so excited to share with you guys what we got. I will say this black dress that I wore on the closet sale like day, posted a couple photos in it, this was Awoke. I'm already wearing so much of the stuff that I got. Same with this top that I wore to the Agent Provocateur event that I went to a couple days ago. Personally, I feel like my style like ranges so much that like I don't know what I could be in the mood for when I'm going shopping. It's nice that they always consistently offer like a range of styles. You guys, this is my fave nude tee. It's the Mousse tee. I found this at the Franklin location outside on the sale rack, and I'm literally obsessed. I'll also tell you guys what everything cost as well, so you get an idea of like the prices for Awoke. This was on the sale rack, $13. Here she is. I love it. And I think honestly this would be really cute layered under this jacket that I got. This red jacket, I'm like absolutely loving the style of jacket right now. This jacket was $72. It's literally so cute. Here, I'm gonna back you guys up. And you know how I've been loving red. I think it's going to be so fun to layer with. With the Mousse tee, I love it. While I have the Mousse tee on as a good base, my Grinch jacket that I bring out every winter, I love this jacket. I got this at the Williamsburg location a year or 2 ago. Probably one of my favorite jackets that I own, like ever. It has really cool green leather down the zipper that's like in such good quality, like no peeling. It's perfect. This was sourced in Italy. I remember seeing it on the tag. And then the inside is just this really cozy jersey material. So that is the brand. While we're shouting them out, because these aren't new, I've worn these so many times, you guys probably know them. I feel like they were also sourced in Italy, but maybe not. They're the brand Refuge. They are laced all the way down with this velvet, like purpley berry color. They open up kind of like right below my knee and they flare out, and they're the craziest pants. I'll put pictures of me wearing them. They're some of my favorite jeans. I just washed them to show you guys these in this video, and they're super wrinkly, so I do need to steam them. So good with like boots, heels. They're so fun. And yeah, another Awoke Vintage purchase that I love and wear all the time. This next number I'm obsessed with. It needs a steam for sure. Again, I just like washed all of this, so sorry she's a little wrinkly. I love how the lace is like open at the bottom. It's blush pink and it has this gorgeous embroidery. It's like a really pretty halter. Snaps in the back. It could be more snatched, but you know what? Sometimes it's nice to be able to breathe, you know what I mean? I really dig it. And then this top and this skirt I also got at the Franklin location, and this skirt was hanging on the wall again. And this skirt was on sale for $89, a true vintage suede skirt. Cut like asymmetrical. It kind of has like a Pebbles Flintstone vibe because it has that kind of like rough cut, and it's a bit like patchwork vibes. The jagged bottom, I think it's really sick. Comes up on me really high-waisted, but it kind of feels like nice and secure. Just tell it's like made really well. It's nice and thick. Really love the color of this brown suede. I feel like it'll be really fun to style. So this piece is one of my absolute favorites. I cannot wait to style this. It is this black kind of like blazer-like blouse, which the details are just insane. Chiffon ruffle layer, and then they have these velvet bows on each of the sides, then velvet covered buttons, and then velvet piping. Like this is all part of the jacket, these two pieces. This chiffon layer underneath, and then this layer over it, so it kind of mimics the same ruffle that was on the sleeve. So it just kind of billows out onto the hips like that. I feel like with a little body oil and like a push-up bra, crazy. Defo gives me Vivian vibes, and I feel like layered with the bun. Ugh, I just think it's so cool. And I cannot seem to find where the tag is on this, but I feel like it was around like $110 or maybe like around $90. I love it, love it, love it. Not done with the haul, but I don't want to forget to show you guys these. Tote bag's insane. I love pink and red together. We know this. They gave me 2 of the red bows. They're so cute. So cute. I love them. They're just like classic, like little barrette clips on the back. These are the clips I'm talking about. The Cuckoo Suzette clip. My sister, it's one of her dreams to get a dog, Shiba Inu dog, and name it Miso. And then a black cat and name it Boba. Miso and Boba, that's just like gonna happen. I got her Miso Boba clip. You're kidding. And then here's Miso. Are you kidding? They're different sizes, which is nice. So cute. I got 2 of these. This is the Catskill candle. Smells so good. It smells literally so good. Woody notes of cedar and juniper are wrapped up in a fresh air of Catskill Mountains while on a tranquil hike in the woods after an autumn rainstorm, crunchy leaves and fallen pine needles underfoot. That's exactly how I feel. Hand poured by Brooklyn Candle Studio. That's the brand. With an all-natural soy wax blend for an eco-friendly clean burn. Love. The next top I'm like fully obsessed with. I got 3 black pieces, like that black dress, that black piece. Yeah, I'm gonna move that. I just might wear it tonight, so that's why I put it there. This top, I was drawn to it like literally immediately. Like even seeing it on the hanger, I like kind of knew what it was going to be. And I've seen shirts like this that are on Depop, and I was like saving and liking a bunch of them. And so when I saw it, I was like, first of all, it's so long, so it like goes down like past, it's just like a long top, which we know I love because I'm over all this crop shit. And then this arm is like that kind of like stretchy off the shoulder moment. Cold shoulder moment, which is so nostalgic because cold shoulders used to be like everything middle school and high school. I'm obsessed. But like, look at this silhouette. Ooh, I just love this long slinky sleeve. It's such a long sleeve, so I can scooch it down to my hands, which I love that vibe. This sleeve, I'm still figuring out like what it's kind of supposed to be or what it's supposed to look like, you know what I mean? I can definitely wear it kind of like off the shoulder like this, which I think is really cute. Not sure if that's what it's supposed to give exactly, but there are definitely different ways to wear this, which I really like. It's just like a really strong, durable fabric, and it just sucks you in. This is the brand. This was the sweater that I got on the rack outside in the hallway at the Williamsburg location on the under $25 rack. Guys, I love this sweater. Look at the puff of the sleeve. Are you kidding? They definitely marked it down because of like all this wear and all the holes, but I honestly think it like makes it even better. This was a steal. I love this piece. Also, just like look at the tag. Like a tag like that, like that's gonna do it for me every time. This wool dress I'm literally just obsessed with. So soft. Love the collar. It's like kind of hard to see in the light. Even over like a collar t-shirt with a tie would be so cute. There's so many ways to do it, even over pants. I don't know, so many different ways to style it. I'm obsessed with it. Took the tag off because I've worn it, but I think it was around like $60–70. This navy blue sailor dress on my phone. Quite literally the cutest dress that I own. I've wanted a dress like this for actually so long. Such good condition, classic, like made in America, true vintage. And it ruches here and then it goes all the way down, kind of like to my knees. So cute. I was so happy when I tried this on. And this was from the 16 Bedford location. It was one of the last things that I picked up. And this was $85. That is it for my haul. I'm literally so obsessed with everything that I got. So thank you to Awoke Vintage. I'm in love, especially with this. I love it. Okay team, I hope you enjoyed this video and my spotlight on Awoke Vintage. I'm so excited I got to get to know them more and work with them more, and just the Awoke team, y'all are so lovely. I have so much love for you guys. So I'm putting Awoke Vintage's Instagram here. Definitely check them out if you're in the area. If you're visiting New York, definitely worth a visit. I have in my NYC like thrift vintage guide a little like day planned with a bunch of shops and things in Brooklyn that like goes, I think starts in Williamsburg and goes through Greenpoint. That includes all of the Awoke Vintages. I will refer you to that video as well for that little day, and it's fun for, obviously if you live in New York, still do it, but if you have never been here before, it's a really fun, like honestly half day in Brooklyn. It doesn't take much time at all. Thank you so much again to Awoke. Thank you to you guys for watching this week's video. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a lovely, lovely week. Check out my Instagram to see how I style all these Awoke pieces. I'm so excited and so grateful for them. Very excited to continue the Spotlight series. I love you dearly. Happy Thanksgiving to all who are celebrating. I'm incredibly grateful for you all. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in next week's video.